Hello, bookish people. This is Jerry Lopi, and as you all know, it is finally Booker season. I'm so excited since the 1st of August with all the great books in the long list of this year's. This year's long list was quite unexpected for me, so I was really excited to start reading the long listed books. I actually completed the first book 2 or 3 days ago, but I was uh, kind of doing it lazy to make a video about it. And the first book that I read is All God's Time by Sebastian Barry. I've never read Sebastian Barry before, and I would say I'm actually impressed by the writing style of Sebastian Barry. I'm that kind of reader who thinks that the writing style is more important than the book theme itself. So you will find me talking less about the themes and how I like the plot, and I will just talk about more about what I liked in the writing style of Sebastian Barry. This is a book about a officer who was retired and was living his life beside a sea. I'm a travel freak person, and I love sea views. So Sebastian pictured that sea view really well. I was engaged from the first time, and he kind of sensed how traumatic and how disturbed the character was. The main character, Tom, had a traumatic childhood, and even after his marriage and finding his love of life, he was still suffering from sorrow because of some incident that happened in his life, which are really hard to digest. That made Tom seek person who was really dwelling in the past, and his mind was messy, and I could see that in the writing, because there was times when Tom was thinking something, or Tom was sure that something was happening, and at some point he was certain that such incident is impossible to happen, and that shows how messy and how disturbed Tom was, or his life was. I really loved that style of Sebastian Barry, and some of the prose he used in a scene. I would say the top scene of the book. I just fell in love in that time. And I am someone who never felt any sympathy for anyone who commits suicide. I am someone who strongly against suicide, and I really don't like when books has suicide scenes in them. This is the first time I read a suicide scene. I felt a little bit sympathy to the character. I felt that the character was so strong in his life. She fought a lot of stuff, and it was really showing how defeated she was from inside when she committed suicide, and after all the battle she won. So this is truly showing how good Sebastian Barry's writing was. And yes, as I was keep saying, Tom is not the person who committed suicide, and Tom is surely not the person who is protagonist, in my opinion, or who is the main character of the book. There is a much more stronger character that you have to explore, and you have to read All God's Time and see that how beautiful and how strongly written a book that is. And I truly believe that All God's Time is gonna make it to the short list. This is one of my top favorite read of this year. I would like to know your opinion about it if you have already read that. And yes, I'll surely be there with you with one more Booker book once I finished reading that. Till then, goodbye.